right, guys, guess what? I've already been canning a little bit of stuff along the way. Just didn't have the camera. What do you think we're canning today? Ended up with 75 pounds of potatoes. I took about 25 pounds down and picked out the good ones that we'll store over the winter to be used this fall and hopefully during the winter. Then I took down 2 or 3 pounds of the ones that I was the most pleased with, and I'm going to use those for seed potatoes next spring. So fingers crossed. And so that leaves me with a lot of potatoes. I'm going to be busy. But, oh, and I'm also giving potatoes to friends. You know, we all need to share our bounties, I guess. So right now I'm going to start with canning. I'm going to get the potatoes ready to can. And the ones and I'll show you, they're in the sink. I'm starting to wash them. I'm going to can them whole with the peels on. I don't know. I kind of like that better, the whole potato. I know they say not to do that because you could still have dirt in them, but I'll do my best. And then, of course, I'm going to dehydrate more, and I will be freezing more. And I'm not going to go through all the steps. I'll just show you what I've got and what I'm doing with them. Of course, I got potatoes that had damage from them wild turkeys. So they're going to get used up as well. Probably cut the bad spots out and dehydrate those, I imagine. So let's get to work. Okay, I've poured these potatoes. They're all about this size, the ones that I'm going to can. Anywhere from this to this. Tried to make them kind of uniform. And when I can them, I'm going to try to keep each variety as separate as I can. So I've got them rinsed well and washed kind of good. But now I'm going to bring them over get a bowl and run them under the sink one at a time and make sure they're all really, really clean. And then when I get done, I'll show you what we end up with. Okay, I'm not going to show you the whole process because I've done a video on canning potatoes before. I've got, my rings are getting hot. I'm doing tatwort lids, of course. I got water in a tea kettle, hot. I got the water warming up in my canner, hot. I put my jars in the oven so they would be hot. And then like I said, I don't know if you can see it because everything's hot. But here's my potatoes. And I'm separating them from varieties. And I'm going to do 7 quarts. So if I don't have enough of the little ones, I'll end up doing some with cut up potatoes. I'm not blanching them this time. Putting them directly in. Putting in about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. The salt gives them great flavor. And if you've ever had canned potatoes, the flavor is just wonderful. So anyway, they'll go in my canner, and I haven't looked up yet how long it is. I think it's 40 minutes, maybe 35 or 40. But I'm going to get everything done and in the canner. Okay, guys, here's my still a little bit warm, 7 quarts of potatoes. And last week, I don't remember how many I canned, but I've got more potatoes in the basement than I did in pints. And you've seen me freeze them, you've seen me dehydrate them. But I've been thinking of something different I can do, and I'm going to try to make instant potatoes for instant mashed potatoes, potato flakes, whatever you call them. I thought that might be kind of fun. So I'm just going to end this video here at my last canning of potatoes. And I'm still potatoed out. But I'll see you next time. Thanks.